brothers. Now we go back to Archbishop Listecki. Will you please introduce your second action item?
And concerns the cause of canonization of the servant of God, Marinus Leonard LaRue, a professed brother of the Order of St. Benedict. The Committee on Canonical Affairs and Church Governance reviewed the materials submitted by Bishop Sweeney and now moves. At the request of Bishop Kevin J. Sweeney of Paterson, do the members consider it opportune to advance on the local level the cause of canonization of the servant of God, Marinus Leonard LaRue, a professed brother of the Order of St. Benedict? Again, I ask Archbishop Gomez to assist us by facilitating the consultation following Bishop Sweeney's pre-recorded presentation.
Thank you, Archbishop Listecki. Brothers, we will now hear a presentation from Bishop Kevin Sweeney concerning the cause of canonization of the servant of God, Marinus Leonard LaRue, a professed brother of the Order of St. Benedict. Bishop Sweeney, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Archbishop Gomez, Your Eminences, and Your Excellencies. It is truly an honor for me to have this opportunity to address you this afternoon for a few minutes. Soon after I was ordained and installed as the Bishop of Paterson, just about a year ago, on July 1st, I learned that my predecessor, Bishop Arthur Serratelli, had sought and received permission to open the cause for beatification and canonization of Captain Leonard LaRue, also known as Brother Marinus, OSB. Soon after my ordination, I began to learn the story of Captain LaRue, who after a distinguished career with the Merchant Marines, had entered the Benedictine Abbey of St. Paul, located here in the Diocese of Paterson in Newton, New Jersey. In March of 2017, Bishop Serratelli had been contacted by Father Sinclair Oubre, Director of the Apostleship of the Sea. Less than 2 months after being contacted by Father Oubre, Bishop Serratelli began the process of requesting permission to open the cause. As I have become more familiar with the life story and vocation of Captain LaRue, Brother Marinus, I can see why Bishop Serratelli acted so quickly. The main reasons can be found in the statement of ecclesiastical import, which I believe you have all received in advance of this presentation. First and foremost, it is my conviction that Captain LaRue's example of virtue will surely inspire many seamen and merchant mariners to pursue a life of holiness. Although our history knows many patron saints of sailors and navigators, Captain LaRue would be the first contemporary mariner to be beatified. Second, Captain LaRue's rescue of 14,000 Korean refugees could become an invaluable tool for new evangelization amongst our Korean sisters and brothers, Korean communities both here in the United States and in the Republic of Korea. It is reported that over 1 million Koreans are now descendants of the refugees from that ship, the Meredith Victory, including the current president of South Korea, Moon Jae-in. And just a side note for those who might be unfamiliar with the story, thanks to Captain LaRue's leadership and bravery and that of his crew, 14,000 refugees were rescued from Hungnam Harbor as they fled the Communist Army of North Korea on December 22nd, 1950. It is reported that after a perilous 450-mile journey, taking 2 days, all the refugees, including 5 children born during the trip, arrived safely at their destination, Busan Harbor, on Christmas Eve. And lastly, I believe that in a rather unique way, the life of Mr. LaRue combines the two callings, lay and religious. His successful career as the captain of the ship and his subsequent life as a Benedictine monk, Brother Marinus, speak loudly to the fact that holiness is not tied to a particular vocation, but that it is lived out in all circumstances. Here I'd like to add a personal note. I was born and raised in the Diocese of Brooklyn. I am what some might call a lifer. I attended our diocesan high school seminary, and upon graduation I was accompanied by 4 classmates entering the college seminary. We became a class of 6 as one classmate joined us after graduating from public high school. My 4 high school classmates eventually discerned other paths. My public high school classmate and I would eventually be joined by 7 new classmates over the course of 9 years for an ordination class of 9. My public high school classmate is Father Gabriel Lee. His parents were born in Korea, and he is one of many priestly vocations that have come from the Korean Catholic community in the Diocese of Brooklyn, especially during these last 25 years. Last year, on August 1st, I had the privilege of ordaining my first ordination class as the Bishop of Paterson. And one of those 5 new priests is Father Chris Han, who is part of the vibrant Korean Catholic community here in Paterson and in northern New Jersey. You can learn how beloved Brother Marinus, or Captain LaRue, is in the Korean Catholic community, both here in the United States and in the Republic of Korea. Another aspect of the ecclesial importance of his life and example is his impact on saving the Abbey here in Newton, which was on the brink of closure in the 1990s, in the early 1990s, when the Benedictines in Korea heard of this. They sent 6 monks who continue to serve in the Abbey, which is now a center of the Korean Catholic youth ministry, not only here in New Jersey, but in New York City and the surrounding area. While I did not know of the life and example of Brother Marinus until I came here to Paterson, I did know of the fruits of the example of his life and holiness, especially in the Korean Catholic community. I believe that the cause of Brother Marinus could lead to another American citizen being raised to the rank of venerable or higher, and who could become the first saint from the merchant marine community and the apostleship of the sea. I thank you very much for your time and attention today, and I respectfully ask you to please prayerfully consider giving your approval to support this cause moving forward. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Bishop Sweeney. Another beautiful, first of all, thank you for sharing with us your own experience, and also a beautiful example of heroic Christian life. So, brothers, does anyone wish to offer any observations on this cause? If so, again, I ask you to use the raise hands feature in Zoom to be brought on camera. Bishop, I think we don't have bishops. Bishop Cahill.
I'd like to thank Bishop Sweeney for his beautiful presentation. And on behalf of all of our Stella Maris chaplains, thank him for advancing the cause. I believe Brother Marinus will be excellent for our mariners, seafarers, especially these difficult times, especially as we're focused on Eucharist, a source of strength for our lives and some of the challenges that our mariners face every day. So thank you for your great work. I just want to express with Deacon Paul Rosenblum, who is our regional director, and Sister Joanna, who's our national director, our appreciation for your great work and for all our seafarers.
Thank you. Bishop Lorenzo.
Thank you, Archbishop. My own monastery is located also in the Diocese of Paterson, St. Mary's, and there was a great collaboration between St. Paul's Abbey and St. Mary's Abbey, and I knew Brother Marinus in the 70s and 80s, and he was truly a good, humble, and holy monk. At his funeral, which I attended, Koreans from all over the country, as well as from South Korea, attended to honor him and to express their gratitude for his heroic work during the Merchant Marines. I strongly support his cause. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop Lorenzo. Any other comments? Bishop Sweeney, any other comment?
Just a word of thanks, and just to mention, there's a book that came out recently, Mariner and Monk, that by a Philip Lacovara, that for anyone interested in the cause, it does a wonderful job, especially on the rescue and all that led up to his entering the Abbey at St. Paul's. So a word of thanks to Bishop Saratelli and for all the support that we've received, as we hope and pray that the cause will go forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop Sweeney. Are there no more hands? So, brothers, we go to the action items. So, as a reminder, let me again read the action item before us. At the request of Bishop Kevin Sweeney of Paterson, do the members consider it opportune to advance on the local level the cause of canonization of the servant of God, Marinus Leonard LaRue, a professed brother of the Order of St. Benedict? This action also requires a simple majority of the members present and voting. Again, since voice vote is not possible in this virtual setting, we will use the polling feature in Zoom. So please wait for a poll to appear on your Zoom screen and signify by clicking aye if you believe it is opportune to advance the cause of canonization of the servant of God, Joseph, of the servant of God, Marinus Leonard LaRue. So we will allow approximately 30 seconds for you to cast your vote. Okay, Monsignor Bartlett, do you have the result?
Archbishop, 99% are in favor. Therefore, both causes for canonization, both actions pass.
Thank you, Monsignor, and thank you, brothers. Thank you very much, brothers. So we go to next.